I gave an opinion on one of my videos that just because the 11 and the 14-inch gather more light than the 8-inch, because they were all f10, that they still produce the same amount of light. Now, a lot of people out there shot me down, said that it was a stupid idea. So I turned to Celestron and said, hey, what is the t-stop value of all these lenses? Then I know the exact amount of light that's coming through at the end of the telescope. And guess what? Celestron replied to my question. Just because the front element on the 14, 11, 9 are bigger than the 8, and yes, they are going to gather a lot more light, but because of the design of the telescope, by the time all the light comes through all the mirrors, what's coming out of the back is still going to be the exact same brightness. It's still going to be an f10 in a photographic sense. So if you're taking a picture of the moon, each of these telescopes are going to have the exact same exposure. Because each of these telescopes loses so much light, even when they're bigger, they still lose the same amount of light. If you put the camera in the front of the telescope, you're going to gather like an f2 versus an f10, and that's just how they're designed. Now, when you put any kind of camera in the back of these telescopes, the sensor in the back is not the same size as the exit hole of each of these telescopes. So a lot of the light is just going to be lost to the sensor. You're still going to be missing that light. That's why when you use a reducer, it's going to gather all the light at the end and narrow it back down to the size of the sensor. And that's why you get a faster telescope with a reducer. Now I'm only talking about how much light each of these telescopes is going to produce at the end for each of these cameras, not how powerful these telescopes are. Totally different subject.